What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man of fire himself, Halfpint, once again, and today I figured we'd go over the most recent rumors regarding the Mass Effect Trilogy Remaster coming very soon. Now, we've been hearing a lot of information about this remaster coming, and I'm totally down and excited for it, but there's only so much we can take when it comes to rumors, you know, take a grain of salt, or whatever motto you want to use at this given time for this sort of stuff, but with the amount of rumors coming out about this, it's almost a worse kept secret than what Devil May Cry 5 was, because just this week, we got even bigger news that might pertain to the fact that we could be getting this remaster very, very soon. But before we deep dive into the information we have at hand, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more Halfpint content, as I'll be keeping you guys updated on more information regarding this or really any other gaming content. If you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll be sure to be notified whenever I do live streams, which I do quite a bit. Love talking with you guys in chat. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. So, we've been hearing quite a bit of rumors regarding the Mass Effect Remaster, with Jeff Grubb on Twitter alluding to the possibility of a remaster happening, having a picture showing the portfolio of all the EA games we were supposedly supposed to be getting, and one of those was supposed to be a quote-unquote remaster, which was supposed to be a little bit of a hint towards Mass Effect getting its Trilogy Remaster, and we've been hearing a lot more rumors about this from other credible sources, one of them being Shinobi. If you've ever heard Shinobi602 before, he's a gaming insider that tends to give some credible information regarding rumors and leaks, and has been proven to be correct many times before. Well, earlier this year, Jeff Grubb was alluding to the fact that we were supposed to be getting a Mass Effect Remaster very soon this year. Around this time, a lot of people were assuming we were supposed to get revealed during the EA Play trailer, but about a day or two before the EA Play trailer, Jeff Grubb came out and said that, hey, no, we won't be getting a reveal during EA Play. And lo and behold, after EA Play came and went, we didn't get a showing of Mass Effect Remaster. So what gives? What's going on here? Well, we had even more rumors surface alluding to the fact that we were supposed to get revealed the same month as the release of the game. Now, why they're going for this formula, I have no idea. Back in August, they're saying September, and then it got pushed back to October. And around this time, a lot of us were starting to think this was fake until we had this mega leak come out on Reddit, which was incredibly fake if you read it. It was talking about the fact how the entire first game was remastered, and somehow they upped the graphics to be on par with 3, which didn't really make much sense, all in all. And they even said that they added cut content to Mass Effect 3, completely overhauled the ending of the game, which BioWare has stood behind, and a lot of other wish list sort of stuff that you would probably imagine in a wet dream for any Mass Effect player. Now, as exciting as that may be, not only was this just not sounding real as much as we all want it to be real, Shinobi came out on Twitter and said it's absolutely fake as hell. Entirely forgot to mention that at some point in time, people were physically pre-ordering the Mass Effect Remaster at Game UK stores by walking in and putting physical money down for this game. Now, there were later issued refunds for these pre-orders, but the fact that Game was actually accepting pre-orders did show some credibility to this game actually existing. So with that, we were kind of left in the dark with information regarding any sort of news from Mass Effect, going from rumor to rumor, hoping for something good, a little bit of light in this dark tunnel that we have for the Mass Effect trilogy. However, as of this week, we did get a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. A Portuguese retailer by the name of Gaming Replay accidentally listed a selling or pre-order selling for the Mass Effect trilogy on Xbox One, PS4, and the Switch. It was up for less than an hour before getting taken down. Now, this is very exciting because more times than not, a retailing can show that not only is a game true and happening, but it also can show that a game is happening very soon. This was done with Rage 2 back in the day before it was revealed at E3, and I believe at some point in time with Devil May Cry 5, except Devil May Cry 5's biggest case was the domain for devilmaycry5.com was revealed before E3. Now, the box art for the game is just a basic generic rip from the regular Mass Effect trilogy, if you guys have ever seen that before. Undoubtedly a placeholder, very common, especially before a game gets revealed, but that can change in the future. Now, this doesn't give any sort of information, and no one has seemed to have gotten any more information other than the fact that it does say Trilogy Remaster. Now, the Portuguese website did in fact list the game as releasing October of this year. And Jeff Grubb coming out and saying that the game is supposedly supposed to be revealed the same month as the release of the game, it can be heavily implied that Mass Effect Trilogy should be revealed sometime inside of October and then released later in the month, which hands down I'm down for if COVID doesn't prevent the release of the game. I'm very excited to see if we get the Mass Effect remaster. This could be up in the air. We could get a remaster for all three of the games, or it could be just simply upping resolution and frame rate for the consoles, maybe why there doesn't seem to be a PC release. However, at the same time, retailers don't tend to sell physical copies of PC games anymore, so it could be available on Steam. We don't know. If the remaster was to be sold on Steam, that would imply that there are more upgrades coming to the remaster than simply just upping the resolution and the frame rate. It could also imply that we get all the DLC for free. One of the games could be remastered, such as Mass Effect 1, as that game has not aged very well. You can fight me on that in the comment section below. As much as I do love that game, gameplay-wise, the game has definitely not aged very well. But I would say graphically, as long as you up the textures, the game is not too bad to look at. Story is still amazing in that game. Mass Effect 2 and 3 do still hold up pretty well when held up to a certain light in any regard. Now, my biggest concern for the Mass Effect Trilogy Remaster would be, is the multiplayer returning for Mass Effect 3? Whereas they could simply port it back in, loot boxes have been a problem ever since the Battlefront 2 controversy for the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game. Now, with that being said, EA has been shying very much away from loot boxes, although they've been trying to find other ways to monetize the games. The problem is, the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer was heavily built upon the loot box system, meaning if they brought the multiplayer back in, they would have to essentially overhaul the leveling system, which I would be down for, but I don't know if they'd be up to going through that effort. And on top of that, the Mass Effect multiplayer did bring a certain dark light to the campaign, because you had to get a certain percentage inside of the galaxy domination inside of the multiplayer in order to get the different ending for the Mass Effect 3 ending. So with all those details, it'd be very easy for EA to cut the multiplayer out altogether inside Mass Effect 3, although personally I really hope not. I've actually gotten some of my friends to get into the Mass Effect franchise just by playing the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer with them back in the day. So hands down, I want that multiplayer to come back. It's one of the best multiplayer games I've ever played, and I'd be down to see more of it. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below, or just share some of your favorite memories of the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Now, as of this time, we currently don't have too much information regarding the remaster. For me to be sold on this remaster, we need at least all the DLCs, 60 FPS, 4K resolution, especially for the higher versions of the Xbox One, so the Xbox One X, and then whatever the other version of the PlayStation 4 is. It's also coming on the Switch, so it's probably going to be a low resolution on that. Hands down, the textures do need to be upscaled. Maybe some of the textures need to be swapped out, because Mass Effect 1 needs it. There's definitely a 4K conversion mod for textures on PC. It's been used for years. Great mod. Mass Effect 2 and 3, the way they've done their meshes hasn't aged too well graphically, especially Mass Effect 3. A lot of the meshes look very bad in certain lighting, so I would hope that they go back in and adjust some of the textures and the meshes that they have for character models specifically. And of course, bring multiplayer back, as multiplayer was a huge component of Mass Effect 3. We never got that first-person Mass Effect multiplayer that we were supposedly getting back in the day when they were originally working on Mass Effect 3. And if you guys want to hear more information on that, be sure to subscribe down below, as I might be doing a whole video covering the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. Of course, let me know if you guys want to see that in the comment section as well. Almost entirely forgot to cover, the Switch version of Mass Effect actually seems to be $49.99, whereas the other two versions seem to be $59.99 or a $60 price tag, which may imply that the games might just be up-res, but because the Switch version can't be up-resed to potentially 4K, that might be why it's a little bit cheaper, which again kind of gives me the idea that Mass Effect 1 probably didn't get any sort of remaster as a lot of us was hoping. So let me know what you guys want to see inside the remaster. Share with a buddy if you enjoyed today's video to get the word out and to help out the channel. I like what I do here, and I appreciate it very much if you guys would do so. Thank you all for watching a long time, but not a hard time. Leave a hashtag finish if you made it to the end of the video, and I'll see you all next time.